Young ladies and gentlemen, good evening to everyone. You are once again welcome here on the Awakening of Consciousness Forum. This is the headline of international news. This week, Russia, we no longer know what to say about it, but Russia, what it is doing on the ground in Ukraine is something else. First, to begin with, on Russian territory, the Kursk region, which had been the subject of penetration by Ukrainian soldiers for a long time. These soldiers were there. The Russians surrounded them, but we don't really know the reason, but they were there. It should be noted that they are very numerous. But then in the last 24 hours, Russia has sent missiles and everything that follows. But it's a massacre. On the Kursk side, it's total cleanup. And there is mourning in Ukraine. The Ukrainian Ministry of Defense reports very heavy losses. And the worst part, the Russian Ministry of Defense released images of the attack on a convoy in the Kursk region. It's pathetic. Yes. And the Russian Ministry of Defense released images of Ukrainian soldiers surrendering. They are in Kursk. They are surrendering in a lamentable, pathetic manner. That is to say, in Kursk, we don't know why the Russians had kept them for a while. But now, I believe after this, it's over. So, as if all this wasn't enough, Russia has deployed its units again. That is to say, Russia has ordered its units deployed on the ground, across the entire territory, Ukrainian, to do the unimaginable. And in return, Russia has reclaimed several localities. Ladies and gentlemen, in this video conference, this is of course what we are going to discuss. But before continuing, I ask you to share this video conference as much as possible. Give it lots of likes. Yes, it gives strength to the video conference, and share it as much as possible. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new here. Here, we provide global news in real time. Analyze at 180 degrees. Let's go. According to the official information, in Kursk, Ukrainian soldiers are abandoning their posts, their positions, and surrendering to Russian soldiers. Units of the Ukrainian armed forces are leaving. Pierre-Kaski, Port Tchiani, in the Kursk region, according to the objective control images obtained by Rayanovsky. So, the images were broadcast by Rayanovsky, this Russian state media, and these images are found everywhere. Another thing is that we are facing that Russian troops have captured the settlement of Constantinople in the people's region of Donetsk. And when we talk about Donetsk, we talk about Donbass. The importance of the Donetsk region, the importance of Donbass is the rare earths. So Russia is accelerating. We wonder, is it because soon the ceasefire agreement will be signed that Russia is doing it? Or what is really happening? What is irritating Vladimir Putin? Is it the American threat against Iran? Or what is really the issue? Since the day before yesterday, it's been nonstop. Look, in just 24 hours, from it to the 9th of March, in just 24 hours, French armored vehicles sent to Ukraine in all directions were destroyed. All the armored vehicles. And with that, France has also just expressed its intention to mobilize $185 billion of frozen Russian money to be able to finance Ukraine. So, in just 24 hours, 1,300 men. We know that Kiev lost 1,300 men in just 24 hours. And what hurts a lot, or what is surprising, is that you have the Russian air defense shooting down a bomb, guided, JDAM, 2 American HIMARS rockets, and 228 drones. 228 drones. Can you imagine the quantity? 228 drones. And how much does each drone cost? How much does it cost? to manufacture the drones? How much does it cost to transport the drone itself? So, we have the Niger group that attacked 2 Ukrainian brigades. The Kiev army lost at this level 80 soldiers, an RPS radar 80, but also a Humvee combat vehicle, and an M777 howitzer, rocket launcher. The losses are enormous. At the level of the group, in the east, since they have several units that are scattered across the entire Ukrainian territory, at the level of the group in the east, there is another locality which was liberated in addition to Constantinople in the Donetsk People's Republic. And they did not stop there. They annihilated 4 brigades and a Ukrainian regiment. And in total, at this level, 145 Ukrainian soldiers were sent to eternal rest. Today, we see why, when people are told to enlist in the Ukrainian army, they refuse. They refuse. So, the main question is why Putin is doing this. So maybe it's to demonstrate that if all this time they were a bit calm and slow in their activity, it's because they have pity for Ukraine. But as Ukraine is being stubborn, they will show them what they are capable of. So we have the central group that has also continued to advance into the depth of the enemy's defense and has attacked 10 brigades. Imagine, they are attacking brigades. Ukrainian, like that, very smoothly. These brigades. And when we talk about a military brigade, it consists of several soldiers. As easily as that. But why? The reason is simple. Because the Ukrainian army is not trained. It is not trained at all. They don't have the time to train them. They are new recruits. The group from the west, which improved its tactical position, attacked 4 Ukrainian brigades. The Kiev army lost 255 soldiers at this level. 2 artillery pieces. Also, there is an ammunition depot that was destroyed. It's very sad. Russia is really setting things ablaze. So, the position of strength that Ukraine is seeking. Before going to negotiations, maybe that's what Russia wants to give them, by weakening them further. It's very complicated for Ukraine, ladies and gentlemen. So here is the sad reality. Russia will continue to reclaim territories while waiting for the day to start the real negotiations. And so, dear ladies and gentlemen, here is the headline of international news. Thank you for sharing it as much as possible. I will be back shortly with more news. That was the voice of your one and only samurai.